Hello and welcome to Sundays with Sabrina. However you found me, I am just so glad that you are here. If you are new, make sure you turn on your IGTV notifications so that you never miss a new episode. So I created Sundays with Sabrina basically as a resource for any moms, anyone living with cancer, just as a way to give you positivity and joy through whatever life, whatever season of life that you are walking through. Now, today I am going to be talking to you a little bit about my story, my breast cancer journey, and there are specific questions that I'm going to be answering, and these are questions that I am sending out to other health advocates who are living and thriving with cancer. So I thought it would be a good idea for myself to answer the questions. So yeah, and I will be bringing in other health advocates who are walking their own cancer journey to just give you a look at not just breast cancer, but other people living with different types of cancer. As I said, I want this to be a resource for many. So hopefully you find this information helpful for you. So a little bit about my breast cancer journey. I was diagnosed, for those who are new, I was diagnosed with breast cancer in August of 2019, actually 3 days before or after I turned 35. No history of breast cancer in my family, and young, healthy, 2 young kids, and they also, who I breastfed for, one for 12 months and one for 4 months. I mention that because breastfeeding your children are supposed to prevent a type of breast cancer too. So that's what I keep hearing from my doctors. So then shortly after that, I had a lumpectomy to remove the tumor, which was 2.3 centimeters. And then a few weeks after that, I began chemo in Houston. And I mentioned this for a specific reason, which I will get to. I started chemotherapy in Houston, and that was AC, adriamycin, which is considered the red devil, really the red warrior. And I did 8 weeks of that. And then I started, and then in that 2 weeks, my family and I, what I will go into later, actually moved up to Denver, where I am now. And I finished chemo, which was, I did Taxol here in Denver, and I did 11 weeks of Taxol. And I finished on February 4th, exciting day, and I will soon start radiation. So I will have a planning session soon to determine, basically everything that goes into a planning and simulation stage for radiation. And then I will have radiation for every day for 4 weeks. And that is where I am now. So I wrote down the questions so that I don't forget them. Y'all, I'm telling you, chemo brain is real. So what scared me the most about my breast cancer diagnosis were several things. One, I just didn't have any history of breast cancer in my family, so there really was nowhere for, for the blame to be like, you don't have family history, wonder what caused it. So that was scary. The second part was knowing I was going to start chemo. I couldn't stop thinking about how, what was my husband going to think of me when I lost all my hair? What were my boys going to think about me? Were they even going to recognize me? That was hard. And to be honest with you, those were some of the harder things that I've, kind of dealt with throughout this whole journey. Just being scared about what they were going to think, and how I was going to look, as vain as it might sound to others. That's just, I'm being real with the emotions that come with this. So that was scary. The other thing that scared me was in between our move, knowing we were going to lose our support system when we came here to Denver. That was scary because I knew how much support system, how much support we had in Houston. So just knowing that we were going to lose our support system was one of the scarier things of my diagnosis. And I will tell you that for those who are new, I have been very open and vulnerable with my whole cancer journey. And I have highlights saved on my Instagram that start from the day I was diagnosed throughout everything. Losing my hair, my shopping for wigs, just the highs and lows, tears, laughter, medical bills, just everything. So it's all saved on my highlights if you want to go back and watch any of that. Next, what has cancer taught me? Cancer has taught me a lot, which you can go back and see in those highlights. I've been, open about what it has taught me. And, it's taught me that I am a lot stronger than I ever thought. Now, chemo has been extremely hard on me. And I didn't even know how I was going to get through it, but I did. And, it was just, it plays some tricks on you. And, you can go from one day crying your eyes out in the doctor's office to, crying over, tears of laughter over margaritas with your girlfriends, which happened. So, it's a very, it's a very tough journey. Obviously, every journey is different for every cancer patient, but what isn't different is the anxiety and fear that comes with something you're never planned for. So that has been really scary. And really just the unknown, not knowing how you're going to react to chemo, not knowing when you're going to be losing your hair, not knowing how it's going to affect your marriage, not knowing how the kids are going to react to it, and you just want your kids to have a normal life. Like, should they be why do they have to be dealing with a mom who has cancer? All these things, it's, run through your head, but it really has just taught me to be as strong as I can be, for myself, but for my husband and for my 2 boys, because, spoiler alert, my husband tells me I'm beautiful every day, and my kids, they think it's, hilarious that, mommy has little tiny hairs on her head, just like daddy when he shaved his head for me. So, it's knowing that you can be strong through one of the toughest journeys that, that life will throw at you. Yeah, I mean, I can list so many things, but for the sake of this video, that's one of the most important things that has taught me, that I'm stronger than I know, and also that, just the kindness of strangers. Throughout this whole thing, I can't thank the amount of people who have been there from the very beginning and who have just, just their messages of support and words of wisdom and just sharing their journey, and my family and my friends. It's taught me that there are some sweet, sweet people in this world that are willing to go the extra mile for you. And it's taught me that it's okay to accept that help. As moms, we want to do everything we can for our family. And when that is taken away from you, it is really, really hard to accept. So just understanding that it's okay to accept that help from others is okay. What do I wish I knew now that I wish I knew when I was first diagnosed? Now, granted, that was still 6 months ago, but still, I wish that somebody would have told me that it's okay to take your time to make the decision that you need to make for you and your family. Don't feel like you have to rush to make the decision. You have to rush and have surgery. You have to, don't feel like you are in a rush. Give yourself time to process what is going on, process the diagnosis. Give yourself time to talk to your spouse and your family about it, and give yourself time to get that second opinion, get that third opinion, because ultimately this is your health and your journey that you're walking through. So, you want to make sure that you are giving yourself time to process everything. So don't feel like time is not on your hands, because it is, and you have time to make that, make a decision. Now, I get asked this all the time: how do you stay so positive? And For me, I've been very open that this mental game is as hard as the physical aspect of it, but it is really important to pay attention to the mental aspect and how your mental health is doing. And you have to just stay positive, because if you don't, your mind is just going to wander elsewhere. And I found a quote once on Pinterest, and it said, if you focus on the good gets better. And that has been my mantra going through this entire journey. Be grateful for the things that are going great in your life. I start my day every morning with a gratitude journal, 3 things that I'm grateful for, and that really helped me stay positive. Not concentrating on, oh my, I lost my hair, I lost my eyebrows, what is this chemo doing to me? It's knocking me out. But, I was able to concentrate on the good that is going on in my life. And that is the biggest thing that I can say, is just continue to focus on the positive in your life, because you will get through this. And it won't be easy at times, but if you focus on the good gets better. So I hope that y'all have found this helpful. Stay tuned next week as I share other health advocate stories and how they're thriving with cancer. So however you found me, again, thank you so much for being here. And that's it. Thanks.